Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to Making with the Manufacturers. So let us go and see what is going to be next. So we left off last week with Heidi Swap, right? So let's see. So here is where the Heidi Swap is ending. And then next I have Jen Hadfield. So she is next in my, I got more Jen Hadfield than I thought. So she is what is next in my, that's Maggie Holmes. Okay, so she's what's next in my American Crafts section of my papers. And I definitely have more than I thought, so that's exciting. So wow, okay. So we have some Patio Party, this beautiful floral and this polka dot on this side. These cars with the stripe, I definitely like the stripe. There is a specialty paper in here. This beautiful yellow and black and a buffalo plaid. Then I have some paper pad papers. This is Hey Hello with some hedgehogs and a black and white dot. This gorgeous floral with a stripe. Some pieces of paper. Black and white, more black and white. This floral. And then I have this floral with the dot. This floral with a stripe. Some donuts and hooray. And then a cut apart sheet with a word search. Oh, this is Amy Tan. She snuck in there. Okay, I'm gonna put that with the Amy Tan stuff. More Patio Party. Some more Hey Hello with some animals and some black and white. Cut apart sheet again with words. And then this beautiful wood grain right here. Okay, so now I just have to figure out what I actually want to scrapbook with, and I think we're going to put aside, since there's so many of these guys, I think I'm going to do 2 layouts, okay? So this one, not a fan of the side whatsoever, but I do love this stripe, so I'm going to keep this off to the side as a, yes, I want to do something with this paper. Not the right color for that, although, no. That could be. What is this about? Brighten your day, leave a little sparkle. So that's just a text print. So that could go. I'm not going to use the animal heads. This has a cream base to it. These are more cut aparts. This is hooray and donuts. So probably these 3 because I like these together. Then probably gonna bring in, okay, so these 4 papers will be my first layout that I'm going to do, and now I need to do my second, which is definitely going to be this wood grain because it is gorgeous. I'm going to bring in those. The plaid. Now I need a pop of color. So it's just determining what color I want to have on here as a pop. Probably not that. Although if the plaid wasn't there, I would like that together. So maybe we'll put the plaid to the side and use that one. Oh, but, oh, that's where we're getting into. Let's grab that plaid one more time. Okay, there we go. So we will use these 4 papers together. then I'll use these 2 papers together with the 2 half papers and make sure there's nothing I want to. No, we're gonna leave it like that. So those are the ones I will do. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll use 7 Jen Hadfield papers, and that just brings me down to these. So that is going to be, you know, I'll be able to do this successfully. Oh shoot, guys, I missed one. I also have this Jen Hadfield paper that has deer heads on it, and then a black and white buffalo check, but neither one of these is something I want on either of these. So there was one more paper in there that I didn't see. All right, guys, enough chatter. Let's see what I can do. Guys, I am starting out with the Iron Gate stencil. This time I called it the right thing. Been calling it the wrong stencil name in the past couple videos that I've used it, and that is because I actually have a stencil with that other name coming out, but I mean, who knew? Who knew that I was calling it the wrong name? And there it is. I am using some Nouveau embellishment mousse with a Nouveau spatula, and I'm just kind of getting it in there to cover up some of the typed out words paper. It's not in there to completely cover it. I just kind of want this little bit of stenciled background on my page. And I find that most of the time that's what I enjoy. Most of the time. Just a little bit of something, a little extra, a little unexpected. Well, maybe it is expected from me because I do it on the regular, but it's, you know, it's what I like to do. So I'm going to set that aside to dry a little bit, and then I am going to gut this black and white polka dotted paper here, and that is because I want to use this as a background layer, and I also want to use it as a layer or a photo mat. I haven't really decided at this point yet. So I place down my trimmed down paper. And then I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive on the back of this, and it is going to go on the diagonal striped paper. Now, if I wanted to save that diagonal striped paper, I could gut that as well, and then I would have washi taped the cuts on the back, but I decided I was not going to do that. I decided I just wanted it as a border. So now I'm going to go in and fussy cut some of these florals out. Now, this is shocking to me because when I got this paper, I was pretty sure I was using the diagonal stripe. Because let me tell you guys, I love me a good diagonal stripe. They are just fun, like, right? Like, they're good. I love a good diagonal stripe. Can't go wrong with a good one. Diagonal stripe, right? And how many times can I say diagonal stripe in this video? Maybe we should make it like a drinking game. Diagonal stripe. So I am cutting out the florals. I'm not cutting out any of the skinny little florals. I'm not trying to be the fussy cutting queen of the known universe here. I'm just trying to get some big florals that connect. So I roughly cut them out, and then I'm going to go in and cut them out a little bit with a little bit more detail. Not a whole heck of a lot, but just a little bit more detail. So when you fussy cut, you need a pair of scissors that you can use. I know that that sounds dumb. You need a pair of scissors that you can hold comfortably in your hands. You don't want it to feel like it's just uncomfortable. I know a lot of people prefer to cut with tiny scissors when they're fussy cutting. I can't do that if they don't feel good in my hands. These Fiskars scissors, also my Glitter Girl scissors, and they feel good in my hand. My Cutter Bees and my old Creative Memory scissors, they feel good in my hand too, but I always go for the Fiskars or the Glitter Girl scissors because they are the ones that just feel like they just fit. They just fit, they feel good, my hand doesn't hurt after I'm cutting. So plus I am just as much as possible keeping my scissors stationary, like I'm not trying to move my hand that are holding my scissors a whole heck of a lot. Of course, some of movement's going to happen, you guys, especially when it's sped up like this. You'll see it a little bit more. But for the most part, I'm using my opposite hand to move my paper, and I'm using my cutting hand to just open and close my scissors. That is going to give you the best fussy cut results. So now I have to make a decision if I'm going to place it on the edge of the teal paper, or if I'm going to place it on the edge of the stenciled paper. And ultimately, I decide to place it on the edge of the teal paper. I am using some round foam. I guess I should just say foam circles, right? Instead of round foam squares, because I want to say round foam squares all the time. Round foam squares, that's what I'm using, round foam squares. But, you know, they are round foam squares. Maybe we should have a drinking game for round foam squares too. Goodness, I am repeating myself an awful lot. So these foam circles are the same height, even though they are different sizes. So I'm just using them up, placing them up against the edge of my teal diagonal paper here. It kind of looks like I've got some flowers cascading from the top, which I love. Love the way this looks. And then I'm going to, of course, cut out some more flowers and place them on the page as well. It's not just going to be cascading from the top. If I ended up doing this where it was just one layer of flowers and one layer of paper here, what I eventually would have done was flip that around so the flowers would have been on the bottom if I just wanted something there like that. But you know what? We're adding more, because more is more, guys. More is more. Now I am cutting down my black and white polka dotted paper, and that is going to go ahead and be my photo mat. So that is working out great. Loving the way that looks. I like that repeat of the dark paper. And then of course we've got the black pops throughout with the florals. We have the black text, the black polka dot around the edge. Like, it's just coming together beautifully. So now I need to figure out how I want my photos. Did I want them side by side? Do I want them separated? I decide to kind of go ahead and have them at a little tiny bit of an angle together, and then I grab some thickers so that I can create a title. Now I did cover up a lot of the stenciling with the florals and with the pictures, and I'm okay with that. Like I said, I wasn't exactly sure where I was going with it. Maybe I would have done a little bit more stenciling if I knew how much I was going to cover up. Maybe. I can't say for sure. I love the way that the layout turned out, so it's not like I was like, man, I wish I would have stenciled more. It's not that at all. So now I am going to make my title as Best Mask Friends. And you guys have heard it before. My husband and I send selfies to each other on the regular. And then, you know, we've sent mask selfies. So we both sent selfies to each other this day because we were wearing a work mask, meaning like they were our company's masks that we were wearing. So that is why we sent them, and they're like large. They cover a lot of your face kind of mask type thing. So now I am just going to add in little bits from the Thickers sticker pack, and these are just some open gold hearts. So I go ahead and place them on the page, and then I use some of these dots that came from the teal blue title parts, where I spelled title parts. That's what letters are called, people. They are called title parts from now on. So I'm just sprinkling some of them around just to kind of bring that metallic teal color around the entire page. I've already got like that metallic pink. And now what I'm going to do is bring in a couple of Scrap and Happy Studio Flair. Now these are Flair that you should be putting on with a dry adhesive. she does recommend that. So I am going to do that. However, I will use the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive with everything else, because you and I both know the thickers don't stick. They just don't. It's a fact of life, guys. Like, you know, the sky is blue, the grass is green, unless you're in California, and then it's gold or brown, but, you know, gold sounds better. And thickers don't stick. They're just facts of life, right? Just facts of life. So I'm going to go ahead and get those stuck down. Now, I do want to point out, I had a lot of white space on the photo of me. There was a lot of just blank wall behind me. So that's why I brought the florals down over top of that photo. There's nothing important that I'm covering up. If the photo was, you know, some spectacular photo where I wanted you to be able to see every single little square inch of it, I wouldn't have covered it up. It just wouldn't have happened. So now I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, I am putting on a little chipboard piece. I figured I had the flare badge up at the top, so I might as well bring in another circular element. I do try to use this little heart multiple places, and ultimately it doesn't end up on the layout. I actually moved the layout and lost the heart, but I found the heart later. It's sitting on my tripod leg now, but I couldn't find it for a long time. But, you know, I found it. So now I decide I need a place to write. Like, I need to stop messing around with this heart, and I need a place to write. So I pull out this library card. It is not a pocket. It is a fake library card in a library card pocket. So I put that down, and then I'm going to place down this tag, and I'm covering up the tag holes very strategically. So nobody knows that there are tag holes there. You know, and I know, but nobody else knows. And then I'm going to go ahead and embellish a little bit. So I dig into my stash and I pull out some Bella Boulevard stickers and I move them around. Like, this heart ends up where the little puffy heart is because I like it better. I like that pop of pink down there better. It kind of stands out instead of just being that little puffy heart that's just there. Like, it's like whatever. But the puffy heart does not stay. Like I said, it gets lost somewhere, but found. So that tab is not going to stay there either. I really don't like what I have going on above Christopher photo right now. I just don't like it. It's not pleasing to the eye to me whatsoever. So I'm going to go ahead and take that down. I'm going to move that tab over to the side. I liked that pop of yellow there because there's just yellow on the top and yellow on the bottom of page. And me putting that little pop right there makes me happy. So I made sure to add more adhesive so it would stick to the embellishment mousse. And I like the little heart blue tab that I have over there on top of the library card. My goal was to cover up those numbers on the library card because they really have no significant meaning to anything on this page. But I just decided to leave it. It's fine. And then I'm going to journal on this little gold-rimmed tag. And I chose that particular tag because it did have the gold on it, and I have a bunch of gold already on this layout. So apparently I am struggling to write down the text of my journaling. Either that or I got sucked into something we were watching on TV, or Lana was talking to me, or something was happening because the pen is not moving. The pen should be moving. Move the pen, Sandy. Move the pen. Okay. Well, we moved the pen, but we didn't start writing. That's not just great. Okay, finally getting my thoughts together, getting that journaling down. And then that is going to do it for this layout, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me for the second installment of Making with the Manufacturers here this week. Usually it is a Monday series, but you know, I just had too many papers that needed to be used. So there it is. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again real soon for another video.